There's two people on the live right now. Um, so far, hey Lone Wolf, how you doing? Good to see you here. Thanks for coming by. I I'm having a hard time um, because like I'm sitting here in a fight for my rights and freedoms and against a county that's been harassing me and all this stuff. You they have all the power. I guess like I've been fighting malicious prosecution for like 2 years now, and the thing about it is that uh, basically the county doesn't think that they've hurt me enough. They're enacting a new county code. They're like making a county code more broad. Um, I me you'll or I personally or I privately or whatever. I I know that it's about me because I have a bunch of like RVs and stuff parked in my yard, and I, I've been going through this for a long time with the county because the county employees they get paid. Is it time for me to make another video for you? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's time for you to make another video for me because I don't know what the the thing about it is that what they're doing is they they um can you hear me by the way? Am I coming through loud and clear and all that stuff? Uh they're trying to make an ordinance I, my property is basically in the county, known as in the county. The ordinances aren't supposed to blah blah blah. Code enforcement in and of itself is feelings enforcement, not law enforcement. They're not supposed. They're supposed to be public service, not private property service. If they want to freaking if they want to try to impose a lien on my property and then say that I have to take care of whatever they want me to take care of, or else they want to try to take my property or do other harm to me. Um, I don't know. Yeah, well, they've already taken my right to happiness away. They basically taken all my rights away, dude. Uh, I've only got one viewer in here right now. Yeah, yeah. Uh, you know, in a time in the United States when you need people the most, I will promise you they will not be there. Um, there are no rights activists. How could there be rights activists? There are no rights. I used to think that there was rights and everything. I came live tonight because I just got done having a big old conversation with AI, and I know that sounds fucking stupid and everything because it is and everything. But I'm just saying, AI only knows what's like been entered into the computer, right? So it only knows as much as the average public school citizen that went to public school and graduated. Um, yeah, I know you are, and I know who you are based on how what you've said to me and everything. That's pretty cool. I'm glad to see you. I'm always glad to see you. I think that you're a really good person, and you get shit talked to too much. But it's because you like Trump and all this other stuff. I don't like Trump, but do I give you a bunch of shit about Trump, dude? No, I don't. Um, I like you. I can overlook your support for Trump. I don't know if I would be able to overlook it if I seen that you were dressed like an ICE agent and you were out there trying to put your hands on people just for existing in the world without proper documentation. I don't know if I could overlook that. I'd probably denounce you as a friend at that point. But other than that, I don't. I don't like harp on you just for liking Donald Trump or anything, you know, even though I can't stand Donald Trump. I think he's a rights violator. He's anti-American, claiming to be "Make America Great," but that's neither here nor there. Um, the one thing I wanted to talk about tonight was that we absolutely do not have rights, because I was thinking we had rights and everything, right? But until eminent domain or regulatory takings. That's if you can regulatory take my property, then why do I even have property? Badass. Mucho trabajo. My friend was showing me a video of these guys trying to put a water tank on top of a roof that was like 2 stories high. They were using extension ladders. They were using 2 extension ladders to fucking try to fucking force a big ass blue plastic tank on top of a 2-story roof, maybe 3-story. That's funny. Can I dress like a ICE agent and touch myself? Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah, definitely, because you're not violating people's rights just because they don't have the right papers. You know. Oh, lo siento. You're welcome. You should change your name to "You Don't Have Rights." Oh, I know. No, I not you don't have rights. Nobody has rights. You're all slaves. You think you own your home just because you paid for it? Not with eminent domain or regulatory taking. And you know, AI is always like I say, but wait a second, but like, you know, the person who has the ownership has property rights, and under property rights, you have the right to exclude people from your property. You have the right to fucking regulate, enforce, and defend your own property. And AI is like, you're making a good philosophical point, but, and then goes on to what the United States would want AI to say, which is like, your rights to your rights to property end where other people's rights to property are, like, but they're trying to say basically like you can't burn like a bunch of poison on your property and then kill your neighbors, which is fucking duh, you know. But don't fucking sit there and try to tell me that you're going to regulate my fucking property because something might happen. I don't burn poison on my fucking property. I'm not trying to poison my fucking neighbors. I'm trying to live and be left the fuck alone. But they don't seem to, they can't do that. No, you gotta get rid of that. Por favor. I'm gonna go. I'll go out here and do the. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way out in the hall, I guess. In this world, really, even the people that say they're your friends are not your friends. You have to like kind of like just live and be nice to everybody, and then just like hope that everybody is nice to you. That's all you can do. That's the only truth. You have to like just try to continue to be nice to everybody, and like you can't believe that people are your friends, because they don't do friendly things. You know, they just do people things. So many classifications of property too. Exactly, the tribe. By the way, the tribe, they're trying to attack me again. They're trying to attack my property. They're talking about regulatory takings. They're trying to tell me that if I don't clean my yard, the way they want me to clean my yard, that they can impose a what was the word? Some with an S. Sorry. I know abatement. I said something with an S. Oh yeah, abatement. Doesn't even have an S in it. But that's how it goes. Anyways, Yeah, they think that they can put an abatement on your property, and then if you do not abide by their abatement, yo ass, they can even put you in jail, or they can like take your property from you because it's called a regulatory taking. And it's like, uh, it just it never gets old. We're never going anywhere. That you don't own one thing in that country. Nope, not one thing in the United States of America is owned. The As far as the legal shit is concerned, the government owns everything. The government owns the public and the public places and even the private places. And they try to say, oh, well, they don't just arbitrarily take anything. Um, they're they're only going to take things if they have a complaint or something. It's like, oh, so I can complain about my neighbor's bitch ass face, his bitch ass wife's face, and fucking tell him I want him to get rid of his fucking bitch ass wife's face. Oh, he can keep his bitch ass wife. He just can't have her face no more. When I was protesting, my neighbor said, could you please not use the F word anymore? We don't even like the word damn, and you're saying the word fuck all the time. It's like, while I love you and I don't want to say the F word, I cannot stop saying the F word right now because this is a protest. I'm not going to church to fucking drink of the fucking blood and eat of the flesh. I'm fucking out here protesting a fucking nasty, unregulated government. I cannot talk like a church choir boy right now, and I'm sorry. Because my neighbor fucking baptized me when I was 12 years old. And yes, I do honor the fucking church. I love the Christian religion. Okay. But I'm not gonna be, there's only one of these lives. There's only one life. Okay. And none of us can say we're living it right. But I'm going to protest the fuck out of somebody going around trying to tell me that I'm a bottom feeding Obama lover and that they're going to try to tell me how to clean my fucking yard. This all stems back to some fucking county employees getting paid $180,000 a year while I spent my entire life in special ed, not of my choice. Okay? I just went to their fucking school and they put me in the special ed. They fucking, they're the ones that did all this. And then fucking, yeah, I just said the P word. If you know your property rights, their presumptions will fail. Yeah, that's what I would think. So, the tribe, because you already know. I don't even have to open up the American jurisprudence. I already have the fucking property. I already have property law imprinted in my dome piece. I know more about actual rights and freedoms than most people I know. I couldn't throw a stone at somebody that knows more about rights and freedoms in my area than me. Even out of my friends list, even out of my friends on the internet and in real life, most of them don't know as much as I do about actual rights and freedoms, which is the actual law. Rights and freedoms are the law, not arbitrary statutes, codes, and policies written by governments. Governments are not the law. But you can't tell these motherfuckers that. You can't tell your neighbors that. They won't believe you. They just flat out won't believe you. Exactly. I like it that you put THERE because like that's even better, tribe. than THEIR. Fuck them and their English. I'm so fucking tired of the fucking British type rule. Their British accredited registry or whatever the fuck it's gonna be called. Um, they're stealing from all of us. They're robbing our very lives while we're living. We're living, and they're robbing our lives. So that people, we have good people in the United States running around with video cameras trying to act like we have rights. I think that all the good people that know that we need to have rights needs to move to a different country. Flat out leave that country. Vacate it. Vacate that piece of shit liar of a country. You will never get what you need, and you will only be taken from in that country. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you the truth, a God honest truth. No, the government liars cuss like a motherfucker. That's one of the things, tribe, is that they were telling me that I'm difficult and I use cuss words and I'm yelling all the time, and I got them on the fucking video kicking me out of the courthouse while I was trying to obtain court records, and they called me a cocksucker. After that, I told them, I told Nye County, I said, I'm going to call it you guys cocksucker even when I like you. Even when I like you and I think that you're doing a good fucking service, I'm going to call you cocksucker because Bill Beck, the undersheriff, set that precedence. I don't have internet these days, so I'm like using a friend's internet because I live off grid. I live out in the wilderness nowadays. I basically was renting from a douchebag that started being a jerk, and he kept on raising the rent. So I just fucking left for the streets. And that's a reminder right now is that but they don't cuss on the TV. Yeah, exactly. You guys, this county commissioner in Nye County, Nevada, his name is Ian Bain. He says he's a ex-military Republican. He's a piece of shit, little fucking soft little bitch ass liberal. He's fucking criminalized. He wrote the little bill to criminalize homeless people in Nye County. Okay, so basically, Ian Bain criminalized Nye County uh, if you're homeless. So basically, uh, anywhere that's a public land, you cannot camp because camping in public is criminalized now. So you're talking about a state, Nevada, that is 85% public land, but you can't camp in public. If I can't camp in public, I can't fucking live in public. If I can't live in public, where can I fucking live? You're taking away all my rights, my religions. You're taking away my spiritual health and my physical health. Okay. So what they've done is they want to the county maintenance guy for the public works wants to come. I recorded him. I started recording them in 2015. He's outside my house. He's telling me, when am I going to clean my yard? So basically, he's wanting me to clean my yard up to his standards. Hence why I don't fucking clean my yard. Okay. Like, why would you clean your yard if if I was breathing down your neck and I was telling you better clean that yard as good as I want you to clean that yard, would you clean your yard? Yeah, I would love to take it. Tribe has given too much assent to their presumptions, but it's a threat to my life, liberty, and happiness, is what it really is. I mean, I know it's an assent to presumptions. But say they say this provision says that they can come right into your yard, tribe. They say it says if one of your neighbors, tribe, complains about your yard, they have the right. They can just come right into your yard. Regulatory takings. You can't say no. You can't say where's the warrant or nothing because one of your neighbors complained. I know, tribe. I know. But when they come into my fucking yard, do you think that any of that is gonna matter? Like I'm gonna be like, can you show me where I signed an acceptance to agree to your fucking little policies here? They're gonna basically say no and fucking barge right over top of me. You know? I better not fucking try to stop them from abating my property. Yeah, tort. Yeah, tort. There is no remedy in your courts, tribe. Try it. I don't give a fuck if you win $5 million. You will not receive remedy. Five mil, $5 million cannot pay you for your spiritual happiness. It cannot. You will never be like for me. I can. They can never pay me enough remedy for my spiritual happiness. And that's not just my ego saying that. That's my spirit, my life. The only thing that I have with me. Um, they monetize every judgment. Courts get cut every, even alimony. Oh, I know. You're speaking like a real sovereign citizen now, tribe, which is awesome. I agree. I agree, but they don't. First thing, tribe, I have to take it. I have to discuss my shit in the justice court. Then I have to discuss my shit in the district court. Then I have to fucking discuss my shit in the district court of Nevada. Then I have to discuss my shit with the Supreme Court of Nevada. Then I have to discuss my shit with the Supreme Court of the United States. And maybe after then maybe I can get some liberty and happiness. You know what I mean? Maybe they might give me a remedy. But guess what, tribe? After you initiate that suit, after you initiate that suit, you have to be prepared to be happy with whatever outcome they give you, just so that you know and that you continue to keep that in your mind. Do not think that you can stand up for rights and freedoms, and that if they violate those rights and freedoms, that you will be able to seek remedy in courts because the law says that the courts are there for your remedy. Because sure, the courts are there for your remedy, right? But you have to be happy with the outcome. But the courts aren't my friend. The courts are Jim Basinger, the county employee's friend, more than mine. You better fucking believe it. You know. Oh, sure. Besides, this is just to tell you one thing right now. This is not a complaint. I am not complaining to you guys. Okay. I wish I was. I wish I was just here complaining to you guys. But I'm right now. I'm telling you guys. If you love, if you live, if you enjoy, if you are in the pursuit of any kind of happiness, vacate that motherfucking country as soon as possible. And fucking and don't just think that you're gonna not play ball. Sorry, there's like a loudspeaker going off right now, so I'm keep on muting it and everything. Blase. Um, yeah, shit's bogus. Power never concedes without demand. No progress without struggle. I know. Yep. Exactly. That's why the founding fathers wrote it into a provision for a district attorney to fight your court cases. The district attorney is supposed to fight your court cases so that you don't have to spend your entire life in court battling these arbitrary fucking allegations, because allegations is all they are. That's all they start out with. It's a complaint from your neighbors, and then upon a complaint from your neighbors, all of a sudden you have to spend your life battling arbitrarily in a court somewhere, and that was never supposed to happen. That's why fucking the founding fathers made up the district attorney. But over the years, the American people have been bamboozled to think that the district attorney works for the state. And they say works for the state too. They never say serve for the state anymore. And everybody in the country says, oh, you need to do your job. You need to do your job. Just go back to doing your job. Fucking, yeah, right. The government knows exactly that you're a pure slave as soon as you say, you need to get back to doing your job to a public service employee. They're like, oh, look, he thinks that we're doing a job. That way we can take off breaks and we can get paid for our performance. Shit, this ain't no public trust. This is a business, and these motherfuckers are the fee-paying customers. But me and you have had this conversation thousands of times, tribe. I'm kind of saying that to the other people that aren't listening right now. Sorry. Founding fathers, they were scribes, cajoling a mob. Tet has the rabble fully controlled and neutered. Exactly. You damn right. Power never concedes without demand. I know. Progress without struggle. Ain't that the truth? These are the only truths. That's why, basically, I'm gonna, instead of fighting my case from here on out, I think I'm gonna ask that they pay me a sum, and I'll move away, without a struggle. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can prove where they did unconstitutionality to me. I already have my lawsuit in. I already have you can already see my case. I have a lawsuit filed in the state of Nevada against Nye County. But Nye County has it to where I can't go there and fight the lawsuit because I don't really want to talk too much about, because it doesn't matter and nobody cares really anyways, and nobody's going to help me even if anybody cares. But yeah, I was thinking I better get on the live and just at least tell you guys, so that if any of you are smart enough to care, if any of you are smart enough to fucking listen to what the fuck I'm saying, yeah, that's why I came live tonight, because I was hoping that some of you are smart enough to know what the fuck I'm saying. I thought fucking, damn, for sure, I would have, if I got it on video proof that they shoved me, if I got it on video proof that they were threatening me, shit, I have a fucking guaranteed lawsuit on my hands. Holy shit. Blase. But that does not stop the county from fucking having the keys to the jail and the handcuffs and the courts, So basically, oh yeah, and they can utter all the forged documents that they want. They can say, fuck, man, you know what? We're going to call him, we're going to use our fucking judge, dude, to impose some kind of fucking judge's order on this guy. And then if he does not comply with this judge's order, we can issue a warrant for his arrest and force him to live like a fugitive for the rest of his life until he hopefully can, for his sake, can get this all squared away and he can have his rights and freedoms back and get exonerated. You know, that's basically, I I want to email you, Tribe. I think I might be able to find your email again in the thing. I've been trying to call you on the phone, but maybe you changed your phone number. Who's the one person watching? Is that Nye County? Some shitbag from Nye County? Some stupid detective that fucking uh, basically just charged me with a crime over a video that contains no crimes? Oh, did I hear you hurt your feelings by calling your little Dylan Audison a little cocksucking bitch ass boy? Did I? Did I hurt your Nye County feelings by calling Dylan Audison a little cocksucking bitch ass boy? Huh? How about you start telling the truth, Nye County, Nevada? You fucking criminal. Yeah, I think I have it. Yep. Sunshine. I have it. You're awesome, Tribe. Really happy to know you, and I'm really happy to have met you in this world. You know, this world is a shithole, but when you have but the glories of it is the property where um, you can have the comprehension to understand that a dude is a fucking badass like you. Anyways, I can't go to my email right now because I'm live on the phone with you, but uh, I'll go look and I'll go send you an email later on. Um, Mine is Biscuit, but I think you know that. Yeah. I hope the live stream on property is the part where you're telling everybody that if they're smart, they'll move to Iran and start getting with real people instead of a bunch of pedophiles and fucking human eaters. You know, like move to a real country that has real balls like Iran. Because like teaching about property in the United States is basically teaching people how to fucking get fucked out of their shit and get their hearts broken and possibly even go straight to jail just for thinking you have property. Yeah, bring our notion of common law. Bring our philosophical theory of common law. That'd be, you could do that. You could definitely move to Iran and bring with you your philosophical theory of common law. But Iran probably won't fucking honor it because they have a better law. They have actual law. You know, it's like you tell a Christian that try to explain to a Christian that Allah is just the one true God, the same God of Abraham, the same father of Abraham. Allah is the father of Abraham, the one true God. Try to tell that to a Christian stupid shit from the stupid United States of America. They'll fucking argue the shit out of you about it. They won't be able to comprehend it because they seem to just forget about Ishmael being the son of fucking Abraham, you know? But yeah, definitely, you know, it'd be funny to, like, I wonder if there's a regulatory takings clause in fucking in Iran. I bet you Iran honors your private property hell a fucking more better than the United States does. I don't even really have to go there to know that, because like fucking I learned early. I learned real early, around like 1999. I learned hella early, around 1999, 2000 area, that everything that the United States says is a fucking lie, and they're the actual terrorists, and they seem to pick on brown countries, brown people, and fucking try to tell everybody that brown people and brown countries are the fucking terrorists, when those motherfucking United States of America is the actual fucking terrorist. So I don't even really have to go to Iran to know that Iran is better than the United States, because I'm not, like, I already know what the United States does. It lies to its people, and it lies to the world, and it terrorizes everything. The United States of America thinks that common law is a theory right now. Like right now they do. They didn't back in the day. Back in the day when the Constitution was originally enacted and shit, they were more at adherence. Over the years, they've slowly fucking made it less and less and less and less. Years ago, in my arguments and struggles with the Nye County, um, I tried to tell Nye County that Nye County, or that something about common law, right? And Nye County tried to tell me, the Justice Court there tried to tell me, there is no common law in Nevada. And I fucking brought up the statute. It's something like NRS 3.060. Okay, I think I have it in my head. I think it's NRS 3.060. I believe it says something about. It says shit. I don't have another device, so I can't just look it up right now. So, but yes, Nevada actually is common law, and where common law is enacted, or where common law is like invoked, common law shall be the motherfucking law. Okay, that's basically the gist of the NRS. It's basically like, if you invoke common law, or if you basically assert common law, the crown, the king, the fucking county, the county is supposed to go with common law. Okay, that's how the law is supposed to be. Is that fucking, once you assert a natural common law, they're supposed to go with that law and recognize that law. It's like if you're in a state and they're trying to force state laws on you, you're supposed to be able to invoke the Constitution, and then they're supposed to honor the Constitution first before honoring their state statute. And then if you invoke common law, they're supposed to honor the common law over that of constitutional law. But they don't fucking do that. I stopped drinking alcohol back when I was like 25. I've been drunk 3 times since I was 25. So I mean, I didn't never drink any alcohol since I was 25. But I mean, I'm 43 right now, so basically it's almost been 20 years since I was a drinker. But I've been drunk like 3 times. One time I was over fixing a go-kart for a neighbor acquaintance. It wasn't even a friend, but he had a daughter that it was her go-kart, and she broke it, so she wasn't going to be able to fix it. So basically I fixed it so that she would have her go-kart back. And basically I had to fit and size and fit a chain on a go-kart. But while I was doing it, the dad kept on feeding me beers, but then the beers led to fucking a bottle of Crown Royal. You know what I mean? That was the last time I ever got drunk. Oh, God, it was bad. I was so drunk, I fucking walked into my house. I did not want to be around my wife when I was drunk like that. So I walked in my house, grabbed my camping gear, fucking walked out my back. I walked in the front door, grabbed my camping gear, walked out the back door, threw down a tarp, didn't even basically unfold it. I basically unfolded it only enough to where it would fucking accommodate my sleeping bag. And I threw my sleeping bag down and then threw myself down on top of my sleeping bag and fucking passed out. This was like 3:00 in the morning. And then fucking, I puked. And then, yeah, I puked and then I fucking, basically finished my sleep. I've never been drunk again since then, but you know, there's never been the occasion. It's not like I don't not like alcohol, but anyways, yeah, I don't really drink fermented stuff anymore because I don't drink alcohol, but there's this soda that's like fucking sangria. I like the sangria soda because it's fermented. It's like a fermented drink. Anyways, that's what the moral of my story was trying to get at, is that I like a fermented fucking drink, but I don't drink alcohol no more. Oh well. It's not like it's as important as rights and freedoms. On the face, revised statutes are not law. Law are either amended or repealed, never revised. Oh, I know. Hey, good to see you, East Carbon. Badass motherfucker. And Howie. Good to see you too, Howie. Also a badass motherfucker. You guys are cool as fuck. Thank you for coming over to hear me out. My county is basically, they've been maliciously prosecuting me since October 25th, 2022. But now, since I fled from the county, I basically I fled malicious prosecution. But now they made it to where this county ordinance is overbroad, so they could use it to. They think they're going to come in and steal my RVs and my cars and my other shit. You know. I'm glad you're live, East Carbon. I hope you have a good one. Yeah, they're saying that come March 3rd they're gonna vote on whether they're gonna be able to enter your property if a neighbor complains about nuisance, trash, or debris. But if anybody knows my case started by a harassing public service agent that was saying, when am I going to clean my yard? Like acting like I have to clean my yard just because he says so. That means I'm never going to fucking clean my yard. You hear me? My yard is not my yard anymore. My yard is an art piece. My yard is my art piece. Cleaning my yard would destroy my yard, would destroy my art piece. Okay? What am I supposed to do, Michael? Don't let them violate you again? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to stand over there with my gun and try to get them as they come in with their SWAT team against me? I have to try to be Iran against the United States of America? Is that what I have to do to try to stand up for my rights and not get violated again? Because I know my neighbors won't be there to help me. I know there ain't no rights activists in the United States, so like they won't show up. You know? You guys are gonna see when I go back to when I get my if I ever get exonerated and I get to go back to the United States, I'm not going back to the United States for me no more. I'm going to New York where fucking Christopher Real is getting fucking his rights violated. Six arrests on the same fictitious warrant that never was shown. 6 years of dealing with a court battle where he was arrested several times, violently thrown to the ground, handcuffed and beaten in his own fucking yard by the cops, and there was never a conviction. How many rights activists are up there in New York for Christopher Real? None. Not a one of you. There ain't no press on. There ain't no San Joaquin. There ain't no fucking John Felix. There ain't no fucking homeboy, what's his name? That blonde kid. His ass went big. He's an ex-military guy. He's popular. Yeah, I had to flee the country. Sorry, East Carbon. Sorry. I thought I told you that last time. I mean, when we were live. Yeah. No, I have not one right. I do not have rights in the United States of America. They basically they fucking you know what's funny is that they really really this public pretender that I never even agreed to. I've never signed a document to have a public defender. But this public defender just keeps on forcing herself into my case without my consent. I've even invoked my Faretta rights or whatever. You know, Faretta rights I don't even agree with, but you know what? It's a recognized right. So I invoked it, right? The county's maliciously prosecuting me. I fled from malicious prosecution. They have no video of me committing a crime. I only have videos of them committing crimes against me. They've converted my lawful defense. If they weren't telling me that they were going to stuff my camera up my ass while I was holding a camera, I wouldn't have fucking had to fucking defend myself. So my reaction, I'm being punished for to their crime. I thought you knew that, East Carbon. Yeah, no, I'm not just at my house fucking. That's why you don't see public meeting videos from me, because I can't make it to my public meetings. They've officially quashed my fucking public participation rights. I have no right to public participation. The only way I can get my right to public participation right now is if I want to come across fucking with my defensive utilities and fucking extinguish it as many of them as I can before they extinguish me. And then what fucking rights would I need then? Which rights would I need if I fucking defended my rights until the part where they defended to where they officially ended me? Huh? I wouldn't need any rights no more. That's what the fucking concept, that's what the whole concept of fucking liberty is about. Okay? The entire concept of liberty is about the fact that you shouldn't have to defend your own rights, because we have set case precedent in the United States that says that you are supposed to not be or that any partial taking of a right is a full taking. If they can, the rights are actually supposed to be absolute. I'm telling you, they try to say, oh, if we can't limit rights, then, you know, that stupid district attorney tried to say, oh yeah, the right to free speech. Well, you can't yell fire in a movie theater, can you? It's like, yes, you motherfucker, you can yell fire in a movie theater. You just can't yell fire in a movie theater with the intent to cause panic, stress, or alarm. You know? Fuck. They don't even worry about intentions in the United States, but you guys have all heard me talk about this. But I'm basically talking for the people that don't come to my lives and don't push like. You know, I know how many of you actually like me and how many of you actually hear me. Like right now, I got 4 watching, and when I post something like a community post, I get like 6, 7 likes. Those are from you guys. Okay. Oh, I know, Howie. No, yeah, no, I understand the reasons the why you act the way you do. Trust me, you know. A lot of the times, like with Long Island Audit, I'm always telling Long Island Audit, hey, bro, I'm always going to leave you a like and I'm always going to support you. But I do not agree with you talking to those public service agents with the little white gloves and saying, if you put up a sign, then I'll have to stay out of there. No, that's not the way it works. They can't put up a sign because we have a right to watch them in the performance of their duty. That's why they can't put up a fence to block us out of the public area, because we have a right to watch them in the performance of their duty. But slowly, over time, people are being taught that they have restricted areas in our public and that our public is actually their property and that fucking the government owns things. And as long as you guys pay taxes over there in the United States of America, they will continue to own your shit. And I know a lot of people talk about, I mean, for fucking years and years, every year of my life, actually, some American around me had been talking about how taxes are theft. But nobody, I mean, I've been alive since 1982. No, I'll say since I was 10 years old, at 1992, 10 years old, I better have my wherewithals enough to understand taxes, okay, at 10 years old. And people all the way back when I was 10 years old were telling me that that taxes are theft and saying around me that taxes are theft. But everybody since 1992 has continued to pay the fucking taxes. And I know why, because you're in fear. You constantly live in fear. You better pay those taxes because everything you worked for and you paid for will be taken from you arbitrarily. But they will tell you that they have a good reason and that they use due process to do it. Oh, Howard County Observer. Yep, sorry. No, I have dyslexia. I have dyslexia, Howard County Observer. Sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. Yes, I was confusing you with Howie Hood from fucking Mile High Community Channel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Howard County Observer. I have dyslexia. Bad dyslexia too. It sucks. It causes. I have comprehension issues because of it. I'm on a fucking autistic spectrum. I don't know if any of you guys know that. I am on I have autism. Okay, I'm autistic. I have obsessive compulsive personality disorder that borderlines Tourette's. I can't help it. I wish I could. The Nye County is acting like they're associating this mental illness with retardation. They can't seem to comprehend because I'm smart enough to understand things. Okay. Yeah, OCD is one thing, but obsessive compulsive personality disorder is another thing. But yeah, OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, but obsessive compulsive personality disorder is sucky. I wished all I had to do was count 10 times because I didn't know if the door was locked. Nye County, Nevada, was absolutely taking a course of conduct with a person with mental illness, an unlawful course of conduct with a person with mental illness, me. I don't care what you think about the word person or anything. That's just that's what's written in their fucking statutes. Okay? They are absolutely also FTP. Exactly. Uh-huh. Yeah, fuck the police. Film the police. Rain Man syndrome. Oh, It could be. I was never diagnosed with Rain Man syndrome, but I do know that I'm too smart for my own good. It's like all the law. It's all like the law that I learn. I don't learn the law because I have a passion for studying law. No, I have obsessive compulsive personality disorder, and fucking seems like the law keeps fucking with me. So I have to sit here. So now I'm tasked by nature to fucking sit here and learn the fucking law. Film the police. This Carrie is back. I think it's this Carrie is back. I don't know who this Carrie is. I don't know if they're back or not. There was somebody that, yeah, fuck and film the police. Well, don't literally F pigs, obviously. Yeah, exactly. What's the matter, you? You know, it seems like nobody in the United States, how great the United States is, can understand satire. It's like, you made a poster with you took some publicly accessible photos and cropped them with the computer and made it look like I was fucking my mother. You're wrong. You need to go to prison. That's defamation. No, actually, miss, that's satire. You posted those publicly accessible photos on your Facebook account, and somebody with a publicly accessible way to get to those pictures took those pictures and made art with them. Actually, highly comedic art. They made posters of you and your son, bending you over. But since it's not an actual thing, and your son actually wasn't bending you over, it's pure satire, not defamation. Now, if he would have snuck into a private area where your son was actually bending you over and then used those explicit photos from a private setting against you in public, now you have a defamation case because you're talking about an actual occurrence, a private occurrence that was supposed to, where an expectation of privacy existed. Yeah. No, nobody hates the cops here, Carrie. Everything, like when people say fuck the police, they don't literally mean fuck the police. They don't even really hate the police. They're just, yeah, we probably will sometime. Por favor. Okay, sorry, I had to speak. Yeah, Carrie likes being governed. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, really, Howard County Observer. Carrie is basically not a cop lover. She's an authoritarian. They're an authoritarian lover. You know, they like to be controlled, ruled. They like no rights, freedoms. If you slapped Carrie in his or her face, they would instantly want to call the cops. They would say that you damaged them, that you had hurt them in some way, harmed them, you know, but they can't seem to fucking understand why we want rights. Like, you know, they can't understand that when the cops wrong us, well, we're supposed to just continue to keep on fucking just like okaying the cops, even if we don't hate them. Like, even if we don't hate the cops, can we at least want to hold them accountable for their actions, their wrongful actions, their actions against our humanity and our fucking peace and happiness? Can we do that, Carrie? Where the fuck are you at, Carrie? Chime in, Carrie. Yeah, I figured Carrie was a male. I mean, I like the name Carrie on a male. I also like the name Leslie on a male. It's a badass name for a male. Shannon. I think the name Shannon on a male is fucking like more masculine than any fucking thing. When I think of Shannon, I think of a bitch with a beard. Carrie doesn't care about rights. Carrie wants people to follow orders and do as instructed. Probably, but Carrie doesn't want to follow orders and do as instructed, or they just do it. They've been doing it for so long that they think that that's their mind is programmed into just following orders. Yeah, I'm not here to make fun of anyone's names. My given name was Colin, so yeah, Colin's a cool ass name. Your followers are funny. That's cool, Carrie. I'm glad you chimed in. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate what you are saying. I mean, you're not purposely being like a fucking little shit ass or anything. But even if you were, I'm a shit ass, Carrie. I mean, like when I was protesting the government that was harassing me, I can prove 20 years of harassment at least from this one public service employee, Carrie. That's just to let you know. So like, while I would say fuck the police and like that all cops are bad, I don't necessarily hate cops. I think that they are scoundrels that don't honor themselves nor anyone's life. But, I don't necessarily hate them. If I could, if there was a single bullet, if the world held a bullet that you could just fire into the air and it would go around the world, like piercing fucking authoritarian figures, I would probably fire that shot, but that still does not mean I hate cops. Okay? Dang, that's crazy. What's the matter? What's a Mateo? Is that what how I'm supposed to be saying it? What's a Mateo? Dog gammed typos. Never mind that thought. Anyway. So why don't you investigate the Pentagon? The Pentagon. Yeah. I've already investigated the Pentagon because, like, when I woke up this morning, I knew that the United States was a full-blown liar. Pentagon investigated, Carrie. Pentagon investigated. Badass. 55-inch. That's above our pay grade. We would if we could. Yeah, no, like, investigating the Pentagon is basically like a red herring. This Kerry guy would have his men walking around the outside of a concrete fucking slab with windows, like what, like begging to get in or something, or like begging the fucking unrightful trustees of the public trust to like let us in. Hey, trustee of the public trust, who's never supposed to be benefiting from the public trust, could you let us into the Pentagon, please? Does that work for you, Carrie? How far do you think you're going to get with that one, Carrie? If you go ahead and go on and investigate the Pentagon, how far do you think you're going to investigate them beyond the grass, bro? Please be honest. Yeah, I remember when Donald Rumsfeld. I remember the day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld was on the news saying that there was like something like $27 trillion missing from the Federal Reserve, and basically all of a sudden the exact place that held the records for the Federal Reserve supposedly got hit by a supposed plane the next day. First, let me know which politicians are good, man, and then I'll go and investigate the bad ones, because for all I can see is every single one of the son of bitches, I don't give a fuck who you name, okay? There isn't a shitbag one of them that would say that you don't have to have a driver's license to use your roads. Which one of the politicians, Carrie, would tell you that you don't have to have documentation to live? Which one of them, Carrie? If you can show me one politician that will tell you and tell the national public that they don't have to have documentation just to live, and then that one will be. I'll know that one's a good politician. Okay, Carrie? Because in the United States of America, people, living souls, human beings, people are supposed to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, honored and protected. Exactly, and the cameras just mysteriously weren't working at the Pentagon that day. Yeah, that's one key aspect of it. What's the matter, you? But the biggest one for me is that, like, it's as simple as this: is that the state politicians don't think that they're federal. They think that there's a separation between state agencies and the federal government. Okay, that's number one. I mean, like, how, like, is like the cops are their muscle, yeah, out on the street in our local communities. Like, one of the number one problems is that oh, am I live still? Sorry about that. There was a phone. Am I live still? Somebody's trying to call me on the phone, which is, you know, the opposite. Shadow ban you. Oh man, they shadow ban you, and then, like, somehow, like, even the people that you see that are supposed to love you and like you, they should know that you're live, right? Because, like, they're supposed to love you. You'd think that, like, your friends and family would have, like, your YouTube channel on speed dial, right? Let alone if any of the fucking so-called activists across the country has your channel on their notifications. You would think that your friends and family would have your YouTube channel on notifications and they would know that you're live, but they don't. They don't. The best we get is a bunch of strangers across the country that have the same fucking passion for rights and freedoms that we got. That's our hope. You know what I mean? That's our only hope, because our friends and families, the ones that are sitting right next to us, like that whole time I was protesting Jim Basinger, I can prove 20 years of harassment from the that's not all the years of harassment. That's just the years I can prove. I can prove 20 years of ongoing harassment from one single Nye County agent, backed by the entire Nye County agency, who, when I complain about that agent, they all fucking pitch into fucking silence and limit and oppress the evidence and everything. Okay, so yeah, no, yeah, they're like, I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to have an important conversation. Well, I feel the conversation is important, but I'm trying to have a conversation with you guys, and somebody in my family keeps on trying to call over and over again. So I'm sorry. I have the damnedest time getting people to my channel. There's about a dozen I can count on. The rest don't have notifications on. Yeah. Yeesh. Which politician would stand for your true 4A rights? Oh, I know. Read the Fourth Amendment, Carrie. It's written in clear, straightforward language for a reason. Yeah, but you know, it's funny. What's the matter with you? They're always the government people that are the government persons that are always supposed to be upholding our rights and never benefiting from the public trust. And they're the trustee, and we're supposed to be the sole beneficiaries. They're always trying to say that, oh, you know, that Second Amendment and that Fourth Amendment, that Fifth Amendment, those are the wording is so vague. They wrote it back 200 years ago, so like we're supposed to take that literal. And then when they fucking write something, they don't say anything but reasonable. Okay, like they'll be like the key word reasonable. And then all of a sudden go on to some fucking else. Like, wait a second, that was vaguer than shit. All you said was the key word is reasonable. So now you get to reasonably take my shit, deprive me of the Fourth Amendment because your reasonableness? Just saying. Exactly. They do it with intent and just enrichment. As deflectors. Yeah, defalcators. Unjust. Oh, yeah. They do it with intent of unjust enrichment. Yeah, exactly. We will never be able to we'll never be able to profit if we're registered to a state, because we're supposed to be sovereign states in and of ourselves. Our body is our temple. Our body is supposed to be our individual church, city, county, state, and country. Each one of us is our own nation. Each one of us is a foreign nation to the United States of America, which is its own nation. But nobody can comprehend this. We're all supposed to be under the United States of America. The United States of America agency was supposed to uphold our kingdom. Basically, we were supposed to have all the rights and sovereignty of a king. Anything that a king could think of to do, we have the right to do. That's what we're supposed to have. And the United States of America's agency, that state, is supposed to uphold this for us. But we all know that doesn't happen. So it's so easy to cop watch, but all you frauditors won't investigate the politicians, the Pentagon, etc. Tell me one good thing that has resulted in a positive change in frauditing. It's a gift. Grift. Sorry. That's hilarious, Carrie. You know, that would be so. I wish I was such a fucking. I can't say I wish I was a dumbass, because then you'll think I'm calling you a dumbass. But I'm not really calling you a dumbass. But like in a roundabout way, I guess I can't even say anything to retort to your fucking shit, because you know what, Carrie? I'm sorry, bro. because I'm not trying to go there, like, because I'm not trying to, because that's not even reasonable. Okay. But the thing is about it is, okay, so you said, so it's so easy to cop watch, but all you frauditors won't investigate the politicians, the Pentagon, etc. Tell me one good thing that has resulted in a positive change in frauding. It's a grift. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, that even the fucking piece of shit, fucking ignorant as fuck cops, their smartest detectives have a hard time closing a case of investigation after if they don't find evidence within the first 48 hours. Okay, Carrie? So your heroes, the cops down at the county and out there, in the little federal bureaus, those motherfuckers, if they can't find evidence within 48 hours, they have a hard time closing that case of investigation. And you're meaning to tell me that what are we supposed to do with our cameras, Carrie? Are we supposed to just carry them on out there and fucking go and record a fucking criminal public servant? And then who are we reporting it to? Because I know Bay Area Transparency for a fact has fucking caught rights violations on his camera numerous times. Audit them. He continues to find fucking rights violations in the form of fucking refusal to fill public requests, refusal to fill Freedom of Information Act requests. Audit them fucking finds that shit, comes across that shit like almost on a daily basis. But where has your little hero cops been to fucking step up and walk right into that fucking public agency, grab that public service agent that violated the law, which is our rights, and put that agent in jail for the amount of years that Title 18 says that they're supposed to go for? You mean Bay Area felon douchebag? Is that what you call him, a Bay Area felon? The dude, it's so hard to say, because listen, Carrie. Okay, I like Bay Area Transparency, so I'm gonna be watching as many videos by Bay Area Transparency as I can come across if I can. Like, I can't watch all Bay Area Transparency's videos, but I've seen like a lot in the last 5 years, and I haven't seen him commit a felony on a video that he's put out. Okay, where is your felon shit coming from? What action? What exact fucking action? Time and date. Video fucking timestamp. No, I don't think so. I don't think Direct D has the time to sit here being a little frauditor troll on You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties channel with his 600 or subscribers, 600 and something subscribers. Oh, wrong D's. Sorry about that. I don't know any other DDs. Who's live now? Carrie? Is Carrie live now? DD. Yeah, no, I'm just a douchebag. You're all right, Carrie. You're all right. Yeah, it probably isn't. I just mentioned that because DD impersonated both Bay Area Transparency and Blank to go around trolling on X and YT. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Sometimes I wish that I just fucking would just go and apply down at the sheriff's office so I could put on the badge and gun and fucking go out there and beat the fuck out of people. You know, I'm not a little rights violator at heart, but you know what? Fucking, they have it easy. They have all these. They have all this authoritarian power, where the United States absolutely knows that they can shoot you in the back of the head, surrounded by 5 of their homies, and you can't do anything to not a one of their homies. So it's like it's very impotent. It's like it's defeating, like so defeating. Like maybe we're doing the wrong thing by trying to fight for or trying to like fucking stand for liberties and freedoms. Maybe we actually should just be out there putting on a badge and a gun so that we can walk around acting like we're just gonna stop people for policy infractions and fucking like yank them out of their car if they don't exactly do what we want them to. It's exactly what we should probably be doing. Don't say that shit live, dude. What shit live that I might want to apply down to the local sheriff's department so I can beat the fuck out of people with a badge and a gun on? Is that what I'm not supposed to be saying live? I could want to do that. There's all sorts of I could, you know, I'd have to like join the sheriff's office. Yeah, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Keep going, dude. Stop. This has got to be Michael Conkle trolling for fun. No, that's what cops do, though, Carrie. They like fucking they put on a badge and a gun, and then they think that they can like just like tell somebody to just get out of their car because they for an arbitrary reason. They can't even prove that there's a fucking actual fear for their life. They just, whenever they feel like they want to just tell somebody to get out of their car, they think if they don't get out of their car, they can put hands on them and make them get out of their car. That's what your heroes think, Carrie. Sorry that I'm a frauditor that likes to advocate for rights and freedoms on YouTube with fucking my video camera. But yes, Carrie, if I if I was so fucking ignorant that I would want to, I would love to just like join the fucking sheriff's department just so I could get a badge and gun and fucking walk around and fucking act like I was fucking gonna just kick people. Natural rights in the 4A are clear. We have the God-given, inherent, inalienable right not to even be scrutinized by government agents, let alone seized unless they have a warrant based on a victim's sworn. Yes. By a victim's sworn statement, affidavit of truth. The founders knew better and forbade having hall monitors lurking among us. Exactly what's the matter, you? But please don't go around thinking that that's the truth, because the only truth right now is violence. They'll fucking snatch you up. They'll fucking take you, do whatever the fuck they want to you. And you'll be sitting there saying, but I thought I had rights. I don't know, because I'm probably not annoyed, the tribe. I don't know if I'm annoyed right now. I don't really like to be mean to people. I will be mean if I have to be, but I hella don't want to. I really don't like being mean. I'm like a bully beater. I'm not a bully. I really don't like to be a bully. I like standing up. I like putting my life on the line to help others. And by my life, I don't mean my life as far as living. I mean like the life of my face, the life of my arm, the life of my skin. You know, like you receive damage in a fight. Even if you win the fight, you receive so much damage that the next day you're like, oh, fuck, man. My face and my fucking hands and my arms, fuck. Oh, I know. I bet the tribe. I bet that's the case. I bet I bet this is a fucking deputy getting paid overtime to sit here and talk shit on my life. No doubt they're probably Nye County, but they won't be honest enough to say or to prove. Later, I'll not listen to you talk killing people. I never talked killing people, Carrie. So, whatever the fuck. I've never said I want to kill somebody, you dumb fuck. I said I wish I was ignorant enough to fucking go and fucking sign up for the fucking local sheriff's department so I could put on a badge and a gun and kick people in the face and get away with it. What did I talk? Where did I say I wanted to kill somebody, Carrie? I've never said I wanted to kill somebody, you dumb fucking asshole. Now you're just being an asshole. I'm telling you right now that I never said I wanted to kill somebody. I didn't say that. Sorry. You're taking it out. You're taking that out of context. If anything, if anything, even remotely sounds like I said I wanted to kill somebody, that's taken out of context and not what I actually said. You'll do it for me. What? What the hell are you gonna do for me? Ain't gonna do nothing for me. Do something for yourself. Hell yeah, that's good. What's the matter, you? Exactly. What's the matter, you? Besides, he has to prove he can't. Discernment isn't the only thing about fucking the. He would have to prove that I intended to say what the fuck I said because he's only trying to criminalize my saying. there has been no actions linked to anything that he said I said, so he can't. There is no intentions of an action to discern. So the only discernment he can do at this point is discern the intentions of us of words. There's a whole hell of a lot of shit he's gonna have to fucking sit there and prove. Even if there was a fucking I want to kill somebody. Like, what the fuck? What a dumbass. Sorry. Never said that. Not in any context you're implying, jackass. That'd be cool. It'd be cool if you apologize, but I'm not like gonna fucking. I'm not holding my breath, so to speak. You know what I mean, amigo. Yeah. I know. One of my good friends, the tribe, it was what's his name? He actually hasn't been my friend for so long I can't remember his name. Sci-Fi Bry, okay, Sci-Fi Bry, cool ass motherfucker on YouTube. Good guy, always has great comments, knows where fucking liberty stands. He being friends with me, even though I still love him. He stopped being friends with me because I was on a live. I was doing a live, and he got on to my live chat, and he was like, "Dude, I wouldn't have any of those guys on your panel. They're making you look bad. They're making you look blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. Fucking like." And I was like thinking, "What the hell, Sci-Fi Bry? Like, why do I give a fuck what my friends on the panel are making me look like? Like, fucking, who gives a shit what anybody thinks about what I look like? Like, you either like me or you don't like me. And Sci-Fi Bry basically stopped being my friend because I wouldn't just fucking shit can my panel because he thought that they were making me look bad. Yes, family's still calling. Sorry. Water is good, but I don't drink from a toilet. Discernment is key. Yeah. I'll straight up drink from a fucking toilet if it means saving my life. Yeah. That would be when it came down to the final moment. It might be too late by then. You can tell when your body is emaciated past the turning point, though. You know what I mean? They locked me in a holding cell in the hallway so that nobody in the pods could hear me cry for water. They shut my water off. Nye County in Pahrump, 2015 or 2016. Do you think I've been excluded from the 1A community? Yeah, the troll is disrespectful. If I got excluded from the 1A community for anything, it would probably be for criticizing John Felix. He always gets mad at me for putting all caps, and starts yelling at me on his lives. I criticized him for being a landlord and not knowing what abandonment laws. You know what I mean? Like, how can you be a landlord and not know that you have the right to abandon your property, and that right can that abandonment happens by latches. Latches incur, and abandonment incurs. It happens whether you want it to or not. The absence of your presence is abandonment. So whether you want it to happen or not, it happens. Like my family that's taking care of my house right now, they have a lawful claim to take my fucking house from me and never let me live there again, even though it's my property, because they're the ones living there right now. I have no right to live at my own home. I was forced out of the country, not by my own will, but by the seeking of safety. I was told in email form that I would be bound, gagged, and medicated during my court process. Which one of you people on the fucking thing would show up to your trial if you were told that you would be bound, gagged, and medicated during your trial? Are you even supposed to be on drugs or medicated at all during a trial? Or are you supposed to be fully aware? Which one of you? I mean, Carrie, you're a cop lover, and you think that frauditors are auditors are frauditors. Would you go to your court if you were being bound, gagged, and medicated? And are you supposed to be fully competent and aware during your trial? I don't know, Carrie. Subs are not a reflection of anything. Subs mean that your videos are being watched, or that you're getting your messages out there. Subs doesn't mean anything. It doesn't, like, especially for me. I only have 600 and something subs, and my channel's not monetized. I make absolutely nothing. My channel probably even harms me more than it does me any good. Like, I shouldn't even be talking to a bunch of people that don't even know rights and freedoms. I should not be spending my time teaching people that they have a bundle of rights known as property rights, or that the Ninth Amendment protects even those rights that aren't enumerated. I shouldn't even be spending my time ever trying to even attempt to do this with even 630 something subs. Okay, even if I had 500,000 subs, I shouldn't be spending my time trying to teach people about rights and freedoms, because it's worthless. The people, the power to fucking put handcuffs on me and stomp me in a cage is more, it holds more weight than rights and freedoms, because no matter how many rights and freedoms you have, some shitbag can come and put their handcuffs on you over their own little whims and ideas and stomp you in a cage. Okay, so Carrie, just saying, you want to know where my rights and my subs, or my subs, where are all your subs in this live? East Carbon, they give you that, whoever the haters in your lives always tell you this same thing, like, oh, you only got 600 subs, you don't even get watched, there's nobody in your live, there's only like 6 people. They do that to you too, East Carbon Exposed. I know that because I've been, I watch your lives. By the way, I can't comment on any of your shorts. It absolutely will not bring up the comment section for your shorts. I don't think I can comment in your lives. I'm 63, badass, old, and have never broken the law. I think you've tried to tell me this before, Carrie, and I still don't believe you. If you're 63, you definitely broke the law. Especially if you're talking about the law, especially if you believe that the law is the government that's only been here for 200 years policies. If you, Carrie, if you fully believe that the country that's only been enacted for 200 years' policies are the law, then you definitely broke the law. Okay? because those policies, like fucking, what is it, like, can't shoot a deer without an orange vest on, can't shoot a deer without a license and a tag. That those are actually the breaking of the law. Okay, those policies are actually a breaking of the law, because you cannot tell me I can't shoot a fucking deer without an orange vest on. You can't tell me I can't shoot a deer without your tag or your fucking license. I have the fucking natural right to feed myself for survival. And you do too. If I took that right from you, I would be a downright scoundrel, you fucking turd. A ranch must go to your liked comment. A ranch must go to your liked comments and can comment there. Oh, maybe you may mean a ranch. Hey, Jack. Good to see you, old man. I guess I shouldn't say old man. You know, you're cool as shit. You're definitely a man. You ain't old shit. You're just 20 years older than me. You know what I mean? That's awesome, Carrie. I do hunt, you know. One man's vulgarity is another man's lyric, Carrie. I'm offended by the word rabbit. You're offended by the word fuck. Just joking. I don't know if you're offended by that. Call me daddy then. Hell yeah. Motherfucker's old enough to be my daddy. Just joking, Jack. Captain Jack. Yeah. Hey, Captain, before you die, you better wheel me your boat. Just saying. I'm too poor to buy one, and you're the only motherfucker I know that has one. I don't mean just any boat. You got a sailboat. I could buy a little motorized fucking bass boat, John boat, or anything else. I know you. I don't know if anybody else on here knows you, but I do. How's the weed? The weed is pretty good. It's calming and spiritual, healing. Oh no, a sailboat sunk years ago. What? So what? Your sailboat sunk in like 2004? Because I seen you in a sailboat in 2003, 2002. Carrie, your rights have never been violated. You've never broken the law. Then you don't know what your rights are, or what the many invalid but enforced laws are. Exactly what's the matter, you? Davy Jones locker, huh? Sad thing. Does that mean that you want to? Are you telling me that you want to hang on to your sailboat for another 20 years? That I may inherit it when I'm 60? Telling you right now, I'm too poor to buy a sailboat, Jack. Dang, what's the matter, you? Fuck. Clown? Yeah. Y'all watching the Iran stuff? Yeah, I'm watching that. You can't not watch the Iran stuff. That's how they rule, by fear. They need to start Iran. They have to start Iran. Iran has to happen. It's the only way for their bitch asses. Oof, I love that boat. I know the greatest secret salmon steelhead spot. Dang, that'd be badass. No one else knows it, but the fish are bottlenecked under the water. About a 30-foot wide max area. Yeah, that's badass. Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like to go salmon fishing, all the time. I wanted to move to Kamchatka for the longest time because it's like Alaska, only not the United States of America. You know, hell yeah, William L's badass. All you guys are badass. My regulars, the people that are cool, the ones that are hella have heart, down to earth. I know who you are. If Kerry thinks that laws are the agent's policies, then he's broken law. Average American breaks 3 laws a day because of all the little policy statutes and codes that they have on the books. I don't know. I got into this conversation with you last time, Carrie, about whether I work or not. When I was young and I was stupid, I used to apply, right? So all I could say is I've worked before, but I don't have a good time working. I can't work that good. I'm not that good of a worker. I do have the right to be compensated for my labor, but I'm not that good of a worker. I have dyslexia. I don't fill out applications that good, which is a contract. It's really a slave contract. The application, you're you're actually an indentured servant when you file a contract with a legal contract. You know, you always have the lawful right to be compensated for your labor. But when you sign a legal contract for a sum of years or a sum of time, like maybe like 40 hours a week, something like that, you're actually signing an indenturement. You're actually indenturing yourself legally through contract for a set term of years or a set time. They always have a time period. It's like they tell you 40 hours a week. Hopefully, like these days, they fucking play with workers so bad that they like only give them like 20 hours a week. And then they make the worker beg for more hours, and then the secret society person who owns the business, which they have it set up to where if you're not a Freemason, you don't get the loan. I'm just saying. Okay. But if you do those workers will be begging for 40 hours a week, and that secret societal Freemason will be like, Look at him. He's like fucking. He thinks he can be hired and fired. Look at him. What if the motherfucking guy doesn't fire you, dude? What if you sign up for a fucking term of indenturement for a set term of years or whatever, but then the boss just doesn't want to fire you? What happens then? Are you going to go into a contract with the boss about him stopping, about him firing you? Because you'll have to at that point. You know, you signed up for the job to be an employee, and you basically contracted for that indenturement, but you did that fucking. Most people think that they're going to get fired because they fucking ate too many McDonald's French fries when they were supposed to not eat any of the product. Okay, but what if the boss just doesn't fire you at McDonald's? All of a sudden, you're like, man, I've been a maintenance man for like 15 years. I can fucking shit in the parking lot, and they still don't fire me. Indentured slaves. Indentured slaves. Signing themselves up for what they call these days as an application. But it's just a contract for a term, for a time frame. Blackballed, huh? Hey, Howard County. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I accidentally, my dyslexia made me, I just saw the word Howard and it automatically made me think of Mile High Community Channel. And next, all of a sudden, I'm sitting here likening Howard County Observer to Howie Hood from Mile High Community Channel, which is also a hella good guy. And Howard County Observer is a hella good guy too. Both of them are activists. Yeah. No, that's okay. You don't have to say sorry for that. No, he's a good guy and you're a good guy. Equally but different individuals. Sean Little. Hey, good to see you, Sean Little. I caught a 57-inch sturgeon today, 77 pounds. 77 pounds? Oh, 57-inch? It's pretty good. Does the regulation let you keep that size? I'm not sure. I thought you could only keep the fucking big-ass ancient ones. Or is it the big ancient ones that you can't keep? Because they're like the egg layers. I can't remember how that works. I've never went sturgeon fishing, even though I'd want to, but there's way too much regulation around sturgeon fishing, and I can't stand regulation. Regulation is slavery. If I have to ask you to catch a sturgeon, I can't. I can't. I guess I can't catch a sturgeon. Likewise, you have rights. That's cool. That's cool, Sean Little. Gracias. Pan fishing is the best. Hell yeah. I like hand fishing. But yeah, pan fishing, you're funny. Yeah, if it was 3-inch bigger, I'd have to put it back. Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah, that'd be sucky. They have a hard ass shell. 40 to 60 inches is legal in Washington State. Yeah. Yeah, by contract. By legal contract, you can only catch 40 to 60, or you can only catch 40 to 60 inches, huh? At least there's a way to catch one. That's where they say that it's reasonable to charge you that fee and set a regulation on the sturgeon catching because they still provide you a way to catch a sturgeon. You just have to pay their registration and insurance to be able to catch the sturgeon, and it's got to be of the right size and all this other shit. Yeah, yeah, that's what she said. 40 to 60 inch turd for the state to tag and inspect. Yeah, exactly. 40 to 60 inch turd. Like fucking, yep, that's an eater. You know, yeah, she'll make a turd, all right. But I wouldn't have put a 61 incher back. Laugh out loud. Hell yeah. I'd hope, I'd hope to God that you didn't, but I wouldn't mind you if you did. You know what I mean? Because yeah, a 61 incher tastes the same as a 60 incher. 61 incher is the same as a fucking. I mean, yeah, like I remember when I was growing up and I was. I mean, I understood. I always had a passion for property rights and driving without. Those were my two passions: property rights and driving without. So, but I always, I didn't get my driver's license till I was 18 when I did get a driver's license. But I wanted one at 16. I just never made it into the town to fucking get to take the test or whatever. I should have always known that that's a big fallacy. But anyways, the thing about it is that yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 61 inches doesn't taste any different than a 60 incher. Oh yeah, well, I remember when my mom was teaching me about how like 5 miles over a speed limit ain't shit. Like yeah, they might pull you over for you know what is it, 80. I don't know. I, back when the speed limit was 65, my mom just was like basically said that you could basically do 60, 66, or you could basically do 67, and they're not gonna really fuck with you up to 5 miles an hour over, you know. And I remember that being in my mind, like, but mom, the rule book says that if you have to do 65, and I was, it's like, oh God, thinking back now, I I'd always had a passion for driving without a license, registration, or insurance. But I mean, nowadays I've done way too much studying now, to ever like refer to it as like driving unless I was actually licensed to move packages for shipment and sales. But back in the day, I actually, thought that the D on the fucking stick shifter said fucking drive. You know what I mean? Stood for drive. He says, "Oh my God, you're sovereign." Oh my God, you're sovereign. Sovereign is badass. You're supposedly not supposed to be a sovereign citizen, Carrie. You know that. Don't fucking toy with me, you little bastard. Come on, bro. Stand up when you pee. Hell yeah. Thanks for bringing us back to the subject. Gary, being a sovereign citizen is the most United States of America thing you can do, by the way, under the United States of America's own policy. Okay, just so you let you know. 1940, I am an American Day. Something like 2 million good women and men in the United States of America become a sovereign citizen at the age of 21 every year in the United States of America. I hope you know that, Carrie. At the age of 21, if you were a citizen or if you were in the United States of America, basically by contract and by fucking belief, you were a sovereign citizen at the age of 21 by law, Carrie. But your stupidity made you not even read United States documents. You're like, the cops are the heroes and the cops are calling them sovereign citizens. So I believe that they're sovereign citizens, even though your own country, your own fucking, the provisions of law within your own fucking country, the one you're supposed to be reading that you don't read, says that at the age of 21, 2 million young men and women in the United States of America become sovereign citizens at the age of 21. I am an American Day. Okay, that's your fucking shit. While you call me sovereign. Okay? But I'm supposed to be sovereign. I'm supposed to be. I have proof that I'm sovereign because I have the right to sign my own contracts, Carrie. You're sovereign to me and I'm sovereign to you. You don't tell me what the fuck to do. I don't tell you what the fuck to do. It's called being sovereign. There isn't an agency on earth that has the right to tell you what to do. I don't even give a fuck if you're in Seattle and they're trying to tell you it's the United States of America. You have the right to fucking be there. Well, you could say I crack you up, but I'm telling you the truth. Not by my shit. I wasn't alive in 1940. So how did I write "I am an American Day"? I think that was like what president was that? The one right before what is it? 1940. I think it might have been Truman. It was Truman or it was Truman or J. Edgar Hoover or somebody in there, in between there, or after there, whichever one. I don't know. I'm not a perfectionist. I do know a lot about history, but I am not going to sit here and claim to be an autodidactic fucking rights scholar, Constitution scholar. Although it doesn't take a constitutional scholar to know the law. Okay? Who the fudge is going to the NBA Finals? Probably my wife's mother or something. Government actors, rather. By the way, that was a joke for all you wife's mothers out there. In the United States of America, you can't tell a joke no more, because nobody understands satire and nobody knows the law. So, in the United States of America, you can't tell a joke no more. You can't even make a poster of your rival bending his mother over in a position that looks like you're fucking getting it from behind. Okay, because like somebody will be like, that's defamation. You can't have that poster at the football game. This is a public school, or this is a school. They don't even mention the word public no more. They just say, this is a school. They don't even mention the word public no more. Like they think that the teachers own the school and that they can lock your kid inside. And if you go to the school to try to get your kid out of the school when they've locked it down, you'll be committing a crime. That's the level that's what America is today. Sean Little knows. He lives in Washington State. I used to live in Puyallup. Shit. Try taking your kid to fucking school in the South Hill area. You know, especially if they're like in elementary school. If you live in like South Hill or fucking Puyallup, Tacoma or something like that, your ass is gonna be finding your child locked up in a school that's more of a lockdown center than a school, and they won't call it a public school. They'll be like, "This is a school, and you can't. We're gonna lock it down." They forgot that the school is a public school, like that it's a public place where fucking there's public actors, and the teachers aren't just teachers; that they're actually public service employees that have to uphold the same ethical standards and the laws that all the rest of the public employees have to uphold. That's the problem. That's the problem with the United States of America, is that none of the motherfuckers know anything about the United States of America. Then an atheist walks into the bar behind them, or something like that. A Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim walk into a bar. Hell yeah. There is no nothing to fill in. They walked into a bar. You know? I don't know. What does the atheist say? When people criticize for filming in public because there's children present, I immediately think they're chomos. Yeah, you know, but years of internet, Sean Little, that our parents before us never had, and our children before us will never experience that freedom that our parents had. We know that freaking people project a lot, you know. So it, you're right to think that way. It's Sean Little says, when people criticize for filming in public because there's children present, I immediately think that they're chomo. Yeah, because they may be projecting. They may be projecting. You know, they're at the very least, they're using children as a reason to destroy rights. And at the very most, they might be fucking chomos that are trying to hide something. Yeah. Well, it's hard to say something after you walk into a bar. One time, me and my friend, when I was young, I was probably like 14 I was probably 14 to 15 years old, 16 years old, maybe. I was between 14 and 16 years old. And me and my friend, we were out hella late. Um, we were, it was probably 11 o'clock at night or something. And we were playing ditch 'em. It's where if you see car lights, you have to like run and hide. And you have to basically hide from all the car lights and try not to get seen. And then if you do get seen and they try to come after you, you have to run from them and get away. It was a fun game back in the 90s, anyway. But fucking, um, we were playing ditch 'em one night, and we were just kind of like, this night we weren't really playing ditch 'em, but we were out, we were talking. Basically, we were bored. It was a summer night, and we were talking with each other, and we were just sitting in a tennis court. And the tennis court had fencing on it that was made out of like metal well pipe, and then it had metal well pipe for the frame, and then it had like that spot welded little rectangles of thin wire. The wire was probably like 22 gauge or something, 20 gauge wire, and it had like um, little 1 inch by half-inch rectangles made out of it. The whole thing. I there A car came while we were just bullshitting. Well, we weren't really gonna play ditch 'em, but while we were bullshitting, we were talking about if a car does come, we'll take off. And so fucking, I took off at a full sprint, but I was just on the opposite side of the pole. You know what I mean? Like, here's the entrance and exit of the tennis court, and I went on the opposite side of the pole. You know what I mean? That's a real ego conversation, a real ego story to tell. Yeah, but anyways, I hit that fucking fence at full sprint, and I was at such a full sprint that like it felt like I come up out of the water and I was just on my toes and I was fucking flying, you know. And all I basically expected to go out the entrance of the I expected to go out the entrance, but I basically hit the fence and my head, all I heard was ding, and then all of a sudden I was on my back looking up at the sky, the night sky. And freaking, I was outside the tennis court. So, but what happened was I hit the fence so hard that my head hit the pole, the crossbar, and my feet kicked the fence, and my body basically went through the fencing um, in like an instance because I hit it so hard and so fast. And there was a little hole where my body had just went straight. My feet kicked a hole in the fence, and then my legs and my whole body just fucking went straight through it. All I heard was a ding from the pole, from my head hitting the pole, and then I was on my back just looking at the stars, like, damn, man. But the car didn't see me though. I got away from the headlights, and the car didn't see me out there at like 11 o'clock at night. Back in the '90s, they still had curfews. You know, that's so funny. Like, don't fucking tell me I can't be out at 11 o'clock just because you want me to be in at 9 o'clock, dumb motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, you're stupid. I'm not the stupid one. You're the stupid one. Acting like you can't go into the park after night, after 7. Why are we living in the United States but we can't go to the park after 7? Where's the freedom in not being able to go to the park after 7? What is the United States claiming to be so Christian that they need to be in bed at a certain hour so they can wake up with the sunrise and make their way to church in the morning or something? I don't get why we can't go to the public park after 7. It's not law enforcement, it's feelings enforcement. And we're supposed to be about law in the United States. Nobody wants Sharia law in the United States, but Sharia law is God's law. But they're like, no, that's Muslim shit, even though it's the same one that Christians got. But anyways, I'm not saying that I want Sharia law in the United States. I want a constitutional republic. But don't tell some of my friends that because they get mad at me for fucking being so stupid that I would perpetuate a fucking social contract, constitutional law. You know, under a true constitutional law, under a true social contract, when you invoke common law, invoke natural rights, they're supposed to uphold the natural rights in the common law over that of their fucking social contract. And that would, instead of you know, under that kind of a setting, there would be no fucking none of this fucking victimless crimes being prosecuted with no complainant other than public servant trying to say you did something like speed or something. I grew up in Portland. Then I traveled east until I could afford land. That's badass. It means they want people to be afraid of the dark. I live in Lyle, Washington, about 100 miles east and slightly north. I picked berries for Mama to make a cobbler pie. Picked and snapped green beans to eat and canned for winter. Dug potatoes, picked tomatoes. The night was mine. That's cool sounding. You got blocked, huh, Carrie? Sorry to tell you, bro, but you should be blocked. You. I don't know how else to relate to you, Carrie, but you think that dudes, just normal dudes out there in our country, that's supposed to be a country of freedom and rights and freedom, are stupid. You call them frauditors for wanting to use a stupid little camera on a phone to record in public without being harassed for doing so, and record the reactions of anybody who does try to harass them for simply recording on a stupid little phone. You it's just it's a simple public participation. It's a simple protest. Like, First Amendment auditing is a simple protest, Carrie, and you're against that. You're against a simple protest. First Amendment auditing. You're against simple people out there holding their cameras in the bravest way they can think of, trying to, hopefully they are there to catch misconduct on their camera so that that misconduct doesn't go unheard. You're against that. You're against that. Like, that's why I don't know how else to tell you that you should be blocked. But I haven't blocked you because I just don't really think that you're that, like, scary, and I don't really hate you for not liking auditing, and I don't really hate you for liking the cops. I hope you never try to violate my rights, and I hope that you respect my individual being like I would want to respect yours, which I would like. I would tell you now that I would respect your being. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why you're not blocked. Well, you want to talk about bumper hitching? I'm done with this frauding discussion. Oh, that's good that you're done with it. No, I'm joking. You're not done with it. You're just you're just, the fuck is bumper hitching? Carrie's girlfriend is OnlyFans. Jeez. Yeah, I know that sucks, huh, Sean Little? I know the feeling exactly too. My dad bought a '63 Impala for my mom when I was like 6 years old, and my mom never even liked the car. And then my mom left it parked at my grandpa's house that was her dad. And I wanted the freaking car. You know what I mean? Like, I'd always made plans to have that '63 Impala. And I wanted to deck it out like a lowrider, I always wanted it to be a lowrider with hydros and all that shit. Um, and then basically my grandpa sold it because he didn't want it on his property no more, and my mom didn't want it. And it's like, hey, motherfuckers, I know I'm only like 7 years old or 8 years old, but I want that car dearly. You know what I mean? So some farmer out in Utah bought that car for probably like $1,000 or something. 1,500 something. Hello, Juan. Hi, you have no rights. That's funny. Exactly right. Fuck. Ain't that the truth? That's cool. What's the matter, you? As in heaven, as on earth, we respect the flesh as the spirit's shelter. That's badass, Jack. I have a Sienna that somebody rolled on the highway because I'm like from a rural community, so people like roll their cars out on the highway all the time. And this little town is like the nearest place, and for like 60 to 80 miles, you can go for like help. So basically, these people like either walk in or hobble in or um, hobble their car in to town. And I got this Toyota Sienna minivan, 2003, and I was thinking about taking the front fenders off, taking the back and chopping it just in front of the back wheels, um, basically chopping all the skin off the back end of the van and take the little bubble ass off the van, and put the big, like, probably put like 32s or 34s on the back, and put like maybe some ultralight truck tires on the front, after I take the front fenders off. um yeah, yeah. Dang. Yeah, yeah, I'd rather have the boat than an apology. I have an '03 Tacoma. My favorite truck. It never dies. Yeah, definitely. They're hard to kill. Treat them right. Qualified immunity, hard to break, like a Toyota. Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to like weld in a roll cage. I seen a kid do a sedan on YouTube. I wanted to do the minivan, Toyota minivan. I got the Toyota minivan for free. All it needs is a battery and a belt, uh, uh, fan belt. But yeah, Knight County probably calls that junk. They probably want to they they probably want to put me in jail because I got an extra van in my yard. Um, you know, bumper hitching in Detroit. Oh yeah, how would you bumper hitch? What's bumper hitching? Oh no, I never said that. I never seen that you said you had a Sienna minivan too. That's pretty badass. Mine's a wrecked one, but at the same time, I want to build it into my own little like buggy car that I can ride out in the desert out in Nevada. I might not ever be able to do that if I don't get exonerated. It was a Hurricane Katrina car when I bought it. Dang, it was a Hurricane Katrina car, huh? Where'd it come from? Texas or Louisiana? Those previous look like jelly beans. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like rear wheel drive vans. They're good. Not many of the minivans are rear wheel drive, but like the Chevy minivan is a good rear wheel drive. The what is it called? Oh no, I'm in the middle of something. Oh, that's what bumper hitching is. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. It's fun to sketch. We call that sketching a ride when you grab the back end of the automobile and you get going down the road on it with like a bike or your feet or like skis or some skateboard. Skateboards is usually one that they sketch with. Just kidding, William. Yeah, you're trying to make a funny out of the idea of what was said rather than like making fun of somebody. But yeah, that was a badass, funny ass. Yeah, on a skateboard's badass. We're having a great conversation. I'm gonna get going on this one. My friends want me to walk to the store with them. Bumper hitch is more third world. Oh, what the shit is that? Muted. Yeah. Yeah. I started this live thinking about how the county is doing more violence to me. It's basically threatening my. They're threatening me again. The 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 broadening of the ordinance to try to come and take all my property if they call it a nuisance. All they have to do is basically say, "Oh, your neighbor called it in as a nuisance, so we're here to inspect your property." Basically, that's a threat. Just a threat. It's another threat to my life. It's just another threat to my home. It's another threat. But anyways, I'm gonna get going because all of a sudden we're having just a conversation about everything, which is everyday stuff, which is cool and all. But my friends want me to go to the store with them and at night, and that's an adventure because there's all sorts of things that can happen out at nighttime. Okay, bye. Much love, you guys. Thank you for chit chatting. Yeah, I know. I'm trying, Jack. Uh, good night. Good night, Carrie, Mr. Carrie, or whatever. Sorry to hear you. Sorry to hear that you're fucking a professional troll just at trying to piss people off. But that's got stuff in it for there's stuff about that that's in and of it. There's qualities to that, Carrie. There's qualities in pissing people off just because you want to being a troll. There's qualities in being a troll, but yeah. Anyways, bye, you guys. Much love to the real ones that always make me feel supported and not ran down. I got enough people running me down, and I got enough things running me down. Bye. Good night.